you like go live and immediately like pops up a thing about moderators. It's like I'm trying to go live here. Get out of my way. So this thing you see solar panels. This is actually an interesting place that I'm at. Kind of dark here on the video. Um, Maybe I just look dark because yeah, I'm mostly looking I guess more dark because my glasses are slightly tinted because even though I am under the sun panels, it's um it's bright I guess. Anyway, this is the Midwest Renewable Energy Association, and I have free charging here. This is like kind of the middle of nowhere. They have free charging, but they do not have free Wi-Fi or any sort of Wi-Fi. Actually, that's not true. They have secure Wi-Fi that I'm not trying to hack into. So I'm on my phone. I could do the tether thing if I wanted, I guess. I still feel like I'm a little yeah, maybe that's better with yeah, I can see myself better like that. We'll do it this way. Uh, so I wanted to talk to you guys about my thoughts for um, the next few years of the Friends of CC Music, basically the Net Label Day um, conference, the event, the get together. Well, not Net Label Day. I guess it'll be Net Label Week because we'll be doing it on the weekend because that'll make it easier for people to get to a physical event. Like nobody's gonna be getting paid by their work to come, most likely. I mean, maybe some orgs will do that. Like if there's an outreach, maybe if we're uh, maybe if we have it in Paris, then maybe Jamindo can come. That'd be cool. Um, so next year we're going to have a small event in 2025. Rhino and I have been talking about that. Um, that's going to be an invite only event. That'll be the only year that it won't be open to the public, I think. But it kind of depends on our location. Part of the thing there is that it's going to be at Rhino's house. Maybe not all of it. Maybe we'll do like some of the talks and stuff at coffee shops and stuff. But we're going to be designing the invite list around whatever Rhino says his capacity is. So that's next year, 2025, July 12th. If that's something that would be of interest to you, do drop a note because if it's like if we have people that we know are interested, then we don't have to waste time talking about to people that aren't going to come. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, that's next year, and we're gonna do a lot there. That's our big first thing. We're gonna that's gonna be like the big org creation event in 2025. Like obviously we need to plan that event, and we can do some other things before then. But that's the big like, hey, we're really making this happening, getting everybody in the same time zone, and like no like distractions, around like that's where we're doing this thing. So that's the idea there. But we'll also be working on in 2026. We'll be doing a larger event, and really want to get people there so people can see what the capacity of the organization is and to give people ideas. Now, obviously, we'll be streaming the concert portions both years, and that'll give some people some ideas of what like of the size and stuff. But um, I think being there and seeing like how we get things organized, like the hotel situation, all that kind of stuff. Um, it's you that sinks in a lot more when you like live through it. So I'm really hoping we can get people there in 2026. I don't exactly know what our capacity is, but The venue holds 500, if I recall correctly. If if we don't set up like tables and stuff. Now Rhino was talking about, I think he was saying like 150, 200 would be like an excellent turnout, and I agree that would be a good turnout. But I'm really hoping we can. We've got almost 2 years. We've got basically 23 months, um, 22 and a half months to make that happen. So I want to do that. Now, after that, I definitely want to do Paris and Japan, or Europe and Japan. I need to talk to Josh. I was hoping when I went to Paris that I could talk to Josh, but he was out of town. Um, and then Japan will sort of be up to Patsy and Cheese. Do they think Kagawa or Kagoshima, or I think Kagawa is the province. I don't know. They're in like South Japan, in what I understand to be kind of the middle of nowhere. Um, I don't know if that's an accurate assessment, but that's the feeling I get from Cheese and Patsy. So blame Cheese and Patsy, not me. But Yeah, so I'd like to do that there. If they don't think they can do it, and I know Pot C has a lot going on, um, so it may not be something that we can do in Japan. I'd like to do something in Asia. So if you are based in Asia, and you'd like to help host an event, let me know. And the same thing, I don't know what Josh's capacity to help out with something like that is. Um, if he can't do it and you're in Europe or in Africa, South America, anywhere. I mean, the U.S. too. If you're anywhere and you're like, yes, I would like CC people to come to my city or my town or my state or whatever, then let's make that happen. Um, but so the other place that I'd like to do is Vancouver, and LA. So obviously we're a little North America centric. Now we want folks to do their own country things too, but I think it's important to have an event that's catering towards getting everyone together, and thinking about like language barriers and things like that. You know, if you're making a event in France and it's for Friends of CC Music France, then probably all your stuff is going to be in French, and that's fine. That's what it should be. But if you're a global event, then probably most everything needs to be in English. That's just something that like we need to think about as far as locations, for the global events. We need uh, we're going to have to help people, like in Japanese, like get around and have good instructions and stuff like that. um, yeah, so I've talked to Monk a little bit about Vancouver, or not about Vancouver, about LA. What I'd like to do is like do the other countries and then we come back to the US. Um, the other thing is, depending on how well things go, we can split off the US event, like LA, and Vancouver. Like maybe LA. Well, what I'd like to do actually is have LA. What I'd like to do is have the host countries host something local first. That's like a prerequisite. So, like before we go to Japan, is that Cheese and Patsy like do a CC Japan one, and use that as sort of like a walkthrough for the big event. I don't know realistically if that's something that's going to happen. We're definitely going to give that a go for, um, that's why we're going to Jackson 2 years in a row to sort of like trial that out, see how doing like a smaller event first, and then a bigger event, how that, did the smaller event like feel like it helped your parents, that sort of thing. We can evaluate that, and then we can give recommendations to the other organizations moving forward. Now, I used to have some communication with a guy named Sean in South Africa. Um, getting the event to Africa, I think could be a challenge. Now, I have been to South Africa, but it's a long way. Well, it's a long way for anyone in Europe or the U.S. It's way down south. Australia is another one that would be that'll be tough. So I don't think Jackson is a sort of ideal spot. I think LA, New York, like places with Atlanta would be like big international airports. Now Jackson does have an international airport, but I don't know what all flies there. It's like Atlanta is the biggest airport in the world, but like Atlanta, LA, San Francisco, um, we Tokyo and Seoul and a bunch of places from Europe go to Minneapolis, Chicago. I don't think all those places are flying to Jackson, but people could probably fly to Atlanta and then to Jackson. It's not that far of a flight from Atlanta to Jackson, um, but yeah. So we're gonna have that same problem with Japan if we do that. So uh, it is a concern. If there is anybody in Tokyo specifically, maybe that's something that Cheese and Potsy could help with. But I don't know what their how comfortable they are um, with like the Japan, with like um, Japanese business culture and like setting up venues and stuff. I mean, I know they do shows, so but like showing up and performing is a way different thing than like actually hosting an event. So hopefully those guys can come to Jackson and we can talk about that a little more in person in the same time zone. But I wrote about that on the blog a couple months ago or something. But those are my thoughts now. I'm going to do another one of these here in just a second. And I'm going to be talking about this new show idea that I have. So, as always, leave comments either on the PeerTube or the YouTubes and let me know what you think. And I've got to figure out here how to not be live. I can see how to share. I guess if I there's an X up here. Maybe if I press this X.